Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, T-Bone, from the LUNSB Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. It's Sunday morning. It's 10:30. It's time for the Supplemental. We get together every Sunday morning and we do three things. We talk about your national days of the week. We tell you about a community, a comedy, or charity event that we want you to know about. And we wrap it all up with This Week in History, trivia style. That's 7 questions, all about this week in history, all set to medium difficulty, all with multiple choice options. If you get all 7 right, you're going to feel a little special about yourself. It's a great way to start your Sunday. Let's get things going by moving on to our national days of the week. Yes. Hello, I see you out there, viewers. I cannot see those of you that are watching via TikTok. I just have to trust that you know that I know that you know that you exist. We're gonna go with that one. We got some choice winners here. We could get in trouble, or we could try to do this instead. Let's do this one instead. Let's get things started with your national days of the week. Tomorrow, mañana, domani, Monday, August 3rd. And I'm not making this up, is National Grab Some Nuts Day. Or as I call it, any day. I love grabbing nuts. I'm a big fan of grabbing nuts. So you know I'm going to celebrate Monday, August the 3rd with a special sense of euphoria, because I'll be grabbing some nuts. I prefer big ones. I prefer big nuts. I can deal with little nuts, but if I have an option, I like them. I like big nuts. How much do I want to push that? I am sure that the creators of this day decided that National Grab Some Nuts Day wasn't for you to go down to your local loony bin and pick up one of those freak shows. Do they have loony bins anymore? Bring back the loony bin. The Whack Shack, or whatever popular name may work when it comes to picking up some nuts. You don't go to the insane asylum to pick up a nutcase, and many of you may have thought I was talking about something else. But I like walnuts, Brazilians, pistachios. These are my nuts. These are the nuts that I'm going to be grabbing on Monday, August the 3rd, National Grab Some Nuts Day. How you choose to celebrate, now that's on you. Try to find a way to celebrate every day, and if you need a little push in the right direction, check out National Grab Your Nuts. Grab some, and yours, why not? Grab Some Nuts Day, Monday, August the 3rd. To your comments, I see them popping in, but I can't switch over to them. Chat box is not updating. Why are we waiting? Could be fornicating. Display. 'Cause I moved it. Oh, because, all right, thanks, James, I appreciate that. We'll get it squared away here. La 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 la. Or did I just really screw it up? Trying to do too many things at once, I'm telling you that's not a good way of doing things. All right, this one needs to stay, just get rid of it. Don't tell me what to do, James. Here we go. This is the one I need to keep separate from the others. Oh, man, I've been in the studio all day today. I ain't dealing with no nonsense. You heard? All right. Yeah. We got some things popping up there. Throw that over there. Get it out of the way. And go back to this. Yeah, I'm on the verge of just getting rid of it. God, you know, it's harder not to swear than some of you may think. There are times when I really want to let some words fly to share with you how absolutely frustrated this can be sometimes. Don't text me. Don't message me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. We're going to get through this. I'm not going to invest too much more time in it. Okay? So if I can't get this right in the next minute or two, if I can't figure out where is the thing that I need to see, we're just going to ignore it. I can bring up another tool to get your comments. They just won't show up on the video. So I'm quickly losing my patience. Quickly losing my patience. All right, I got that over there where it needs to be. Let me go back to OBS. And as usual, these are things you can't do unless you're live. You don't. And there's just a lot of things going on. That's probably something else you don't know. I got the TikToks and the OBSs and all of the things. So just freaking bear with me. We'll get you situated there. All right. That's I'm not pinning any of those comments, and that's going to be good enough. For government work, that's going to be good enough. How can I get back to going to... Nope. See the trucker? I need more monitors. That's just it. I don't have enough. And I just installed a double-decker system so that I could have more. But apparently, I still need more. All right. All right. Oh, man, I'm in a mood. All right, quickly going through your comments. You not really, but you need one. Chat box is not updated, covered. $4.99. I have no idea what it means. Fair. All right, okay. I don't know whether that's the top or the bottom. 1 minute ago, 4 minutes ago. The bottom is there. My apologies for the delay. Moving on. Tuesday, August the 4th, is National Single Working Women Day. There are so many ways I could go with this. Every one of them guaranteed to upset someone. Why did someone find it important to give single working women a day? We don't need that. We don't need that. If you're a single working woman and you should not get special accolades for being like everyone else that is single and working. Men and women. I don't know, I don't investigate these things. I asked the chats to bring up some options. It gives me 4 options, and I wanted to go with White Wine Day. I could have some fun with White Wine Day. It's all about what I think I could have fun with. But I also think I could have fun with making fun of the fact that someone thought it was a good idea to have Single Working Women Day. Maybe Single Working Mom Day. That's a good one. Could have done that because they're just a little bit different because they're single and they're working, which everyone that's not married is single and working, and then but they're a mom, so there's the extra added complication of being a mom. And if there was a Single Working Mom Day, I think my thing would be saying, well, go get a man, don't be single anymore, or put the kids in an orphanage. Those are your options. Get yourself a man or get rid of the kids. And then you'll just be a single working woman instead of a single working mom. Problem solved. That's what I do. I solve problems. I say things out loud. I think about it while I'm talking. And then, solution, I found it. No, I want you to celebrate every day. And as I think more and more about this, Single Working Women's Day is not a day I'm going to celebrate. I find it to be offensive. It has triggered me. I am but a poor snowflake. So instead, I will wash away my wallows, my sorrows, my worries. I will wash away a W word that is fitting in this particular circumstance with white wine, because it's also the same day. Do it however you want. Don't do it at all. I don't care. I don't take attendance. But we do try to find a way to celebrate every day. And this was an option that was not well thought out. Tuesday, August the 4th, National Single Working Women Day. Just take off your bras. You know, because that wasn't that the thing for freedom? Like, I took off my bra. Okay. To your comments. All right, James, let me know that the comment machine wasn't working, and then makes no more comments. He does everything he can to make me angry. He wouldn't like me when I'm angry. God, that's such a good joke. Emmett O'Neill's got such a great joke about gout. The little brain nudge I had there that made me think of the Incredible Hulk made me think of his joke. Such a great joke. Let's move along. All right, I mean, we don't talk about it often enough, I guess. Wednesday, August the 5th, is National Underwear Day. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the underwears. Not a fan, free balling, something they used to do in the younger days. People did. I may have on occasion, not as a regular thing, but going sans drawers. I don't recommend that. Because if you're lucky enough to live long enough, you're gonna find out about a very interesting surgery that can help overrule. All right, so ladies, when the weight upon them starts to bring them down because of gravity, gentlemen, gravity affects us too, and weight, unsupported weight over time, pulled by gravity, cause for elongation. And the bigger, the more. So you can get a lot of elongation, and you're going to get old enough where you start sitting on things they weren't meant to be sit upon. And you got to talk to your doctor, who says, oh, yeah. What they do for this, we can do for this. Snip, snip, pull. Snip, snip, pull. You don't want that. So wear underwear. Supportive underwear. Okay? Not kind of you jingle jangle. Now, ladies, that doesn't apply to you, obviously. You want to go sans? Go sans. I'm cool, whatever. You don't have to worry about a VPL if you don't have a P to have some L's. But you're not going to do that, are you? Because you're a lady. And only whoas go without underwear. Whoas. But usually they're also wearing sundresses, which makes it kind of nice. Anyway, I don't care how you celebrate it. Go buy a loved one some underwear. And if you're buying your male loved one some underwear, let me make this a basic recommendation. Black. Yeah. Stop buying white underwear. Who thought that was a good idea? Whoever thought that was a good idea? I tell you who it was. It was somebody who was into selling underwear. So if we give them white underwear on the dirtiest part of their body, in the dirtiest function that they do, they're gonna get it all stained and dirty and have to buy new ones. It's genius. No. Get black. It isn't a poop canvas. All right? Get black underwear for your loved ones. And unless it's sexy. Black isn't sexy in the underwear department. You need color. You need contrast. And we've talked about that enough. Find a way to celebrate on Wednesday, August the 5th. National Underwear Day. To your comments. Bingo, that's fair. If you are in a sandy environment, no underwear can be nice. Bruh, wipe better. I don't wipe, man. I don't wipe. I dry. Yes. I got the sprinkles and the spritzes and the I got all the things. I don't have to wipe. I got a team down there that does it for me. All I have to do is pat dry. But I'm also old, and I sneeze, and anything can happen when you sneeze. That's just life, man. You get old, you sit on your testes, and you sneeze snart, I think they would call it. You're going to find out. Age is coming for you. If you're lucky, you're going to find out too. Moving right along. This one tried to trick me, so I'm not going to do that one. Oh, I'll get to that one. I don't know why there's a picture of an avocado next to it. Durr. Thursday, August the 6th, is National Fresh Breath Day. Really simple concept. Brush your freaking teeth, okay? Get all the dead things out of your mouth, and don't put nasty things in your mouth. And then you may not have pleasant breath. I mean, the only person that's got pleasant breath is the person you are intimate with. I don't even want to break it down into categories. But the person you are intimate with, your brain tricks you, okay? Because you wouldn't do what you're intimate with somebody. You wouldn't do that with normal people. You wouldn't be up close on them and smelling their breath. You don't do that with normal relationships. You do that with people you're intimate with. And if it's foul, well, then you turn away. You don't say anything. You don't be mean about it. But what if it's not foul? And it's not good. It's not roses, but it's not bad. So you smell your partner's, breath, and you're fine with it. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. And you don't have to have any special treatments or special fluids or special mouthwash or anything. You take care of all the odor trapping equipment inside your orifice. Everything in here is intended to trap things and make us Kimono dragon bacterial protectant, so that when I bite you, it's not the poison, it's the bacteria that gets you. That was from George's answer for last week's question of the week. I remember things. So clean your freaking mouth, and you should have pleasant breath. But should you be an anomaly and just having a clean mouth isn't enough, that's okay. Get some gum. Take it with you. Chew on some mints. Go sugar-free. Do whatever you need to do, so that when you are speaking to someone, they are not repulsed by your mouth odor. Yeah, I hate bad breath. But also, you are responsible for your own nose, okay? You are responsible for the odors that you are taking in. If there is an odoriferous sense, back up. Maybe you're a little too close, all right? Turn away. You don't need that directly. Offer them a piece of gum. Always have gum on you. Always have a knife. Always have some gum, okay? Always have a knife, because you never know when there's going to be cake, or you might need to cut somebody. Always have gum, because you never know when your mouth's going to need a little moistening, or someone else is going to need a little freshening. These are the essential things in your pockets. Knives and gum, okay? And if you're ever offered gum, always accept, because they're trying to politely tell you got stank breath. Is that enough? I think it is. Think about that. On Thursday, August the 6th, National Fresh Breath day. To your comments, I am liking the setup. The setup is much better. I'm not. You don't see me looking way over there for this or over there for this. I'm eye level, and I've got the boomity booms and the boppity bops and the beepity boos. Yes, yes, it is European of me. And why do we not do this in America? Why do not more toilets have bidets on them? We'll do this one. We'll do this one. Take a sippity sip. We're fine. It's fine. Once we got the little things figured out, it was okay. Let's do this one. Friday, August the 7th, is National Purple Heart Day. I believe the Purple Heart they are referencing is our nation's oldest award, a personal award. The Purple Heart, first invented by George Washington to give to soldiers and service members who are wounded in battle with an enemy. And it has been bastardized for a very long time. And what do you mean when you say it? Well, sometimes we give Purple Hearts out like they're candy. There are a lot of people who have earned a Purple Heart who clearly deserved a Purple Heart. And there are other people who earned Purple Hearts who did not deserve Purple Hearts. I'll say it. You should be required to go to the hospital, a field medical facility, something for what is a Purple Heart. A Purple Heart, again, our nation's oldest medal, or our nation's oldest personal medal. It ranks pretty high up there on the things to do. One of my old gunners, I saw him for the first time. I saw him in his khakis, and it jumped right out at me. He had 4 Purple Hearts. Gunner Eck was his name. He had 4 Purple Hearts, and I saw that. And I'm a young man at the time. I saw his 4 Purple Hearts. I was like, oh, holy cow, Gunner! I may have said different words back then. I may have said different words, but I said, holy cow, Gunner! You got 4 Purple Hearts? And this was the coolest response anyone has ever come back with. He said, oh, them there ain't nothing but enemy marksmanship ribbons. And that has never left me. That was the best answer I had ever heard. It's 40 years later, I still remember that response. That was outstanding. Because, it takes enemy fire. But there are people who have gotten Purple Hearts who never spent a day in the hospital. They probably don't deserve a Purple Heart. But I was there. Well, I don't care. You're getting a self-inflicted paper cut because the enemy was nearby. And it was worded. And AI, I got to be honest, AI is not going to make any of this better. It's not going to make the award system better. You're still going to have a bunch of people getting awards who probably shouldn't be getting awards. Yeah. Because AI is going to write the award up with them. And it's going to use words like trepidatious. You got to be trepidatious in order to get the good awards. Gallantry, that's a good one. Purple Heart does not require any of that. Here are the factors of the Purple Heart. That you were wounded, but it leaves the definition of wounded, whatever. That you were wounded by the actions of the enemy. And even that can be interpreted in a different way. Because if they did something, they tried to blow me up. But they missed, but I still got hurt. I got hurt bad, okay? But I didn't go to the hospital. I just got, here's a fun thing for those of you who don't know. In a vehicle that we call the MRAP, Mine Resistant Anti-Personnel Protector, or Armored Personnel Carrier. Yeah, it's a Mine Resistant Armored Personnel Carrier. It's like a short bus for military guys. And the worst seat on any bus you could choose is the one over the axle. Don't sit there. Don't sit there. Because whether it's a Pennsylvania pothole or whether it's a crater that didn't exist in the road 2 seconds ago, sitting on the axle, it's bad, okay? But they understand that things can go bad, so we've got a 4-point harness on us like we're getting ready to race us some NASCAR with a quick release thing that right there you just pop it open and everything flies off and you get out and you get busy. You could, in theory. Unless you're sitting on the axle. And then when that surprise crater shows up and your young private drives through the crater and you go clunk, clunk. I hurt my coccyx that day badly, and everything connected to my coccyx, because not only did my helmet hit the top of the MRAP, my tuchus came down hard on the bottom, and it just kind of folded me. I lost like 2 inches that day. But I can still walk. I wasn't ambulatory. I didn't need to move. And I've suffered from that day ever since. We were just talking about that day recently with someone I know. And good old May. May was a fun month that year. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. There are people who deserve Purple Hearts and there's people who don't deserve Purple Hearts. And you know who you are. And you'll never give it back, and you'll keep embracing that. But just know that you're helping make the award look worse. I said it. Think about that and acknowledge those who earned a Purple Heart in the true sense of the word. On Friday, August the 7th, National Purple Heart Day. To your comments. And I saw one pop in. Yes, Enemy Marksmanship Award. Yes. I've told you that story before. You know. All right. I'm trying to get through these a little bit quicker. We've only got Saturday and Sunday to go because I want to do the ComCom char, and then we want to get into these questions, and then we're going to call it a day. That's how we do things here on the Supplemental. An addition, an add-on, an addendum to your regularly scheduled LUNSB Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. Saturday, August... let me make a decision first. I should do that. I'm going to do this. Saturday, August the 8th, is National Pussy Cat Day. I want to play with words today. There are cat people. There are dog people. There are dog and cat people. I was a cat person, but I was also a dog person. But I was also a cat and a dog person. But that was a different time. When we were cat and dog people, we lived in the wilderness, man. And the cat that you gave a name cool like cat, and the dog that you gave a cool name like dog, they were free range. And they just went out and they did the things that they wanted to do, and you could put out some food for them, but they had a little responsibility to go find their own food, you know? That's the way it was done back then. So, you had a cat. Hey, cat, how you doing, cat? Pet the cat. Cat was nice. Had fleas and stuff, but it wasn't a big deal because it's an outside cat. Free range. I like free range better than outside. Outside sounds cruel. Free range sounds like you're doing them a favor. And we had dogs that did the same. Now, there were perils, and there was a reason why we stopped giving our dogs and cats names and just started calling them cat and dog, because we were losing them at the cyclic rate. No, that's not true. We weren't losing them at the cyclic rate, but we did. We did lose them because we let them live their lives. And on more than one occasion, the free-range cats would climb into the engine of a vehicle to stay warm. I don't know how long metal retains heat, but apparently long enough to keep them warm. That's where they would climb into. And this did happen more than once. Father would go out to start the car or the truck or whatever it was, and there would be a horrible sound, and then like snow would come out of the engine. The fur of the cat would find its way out of the engine. The cats would crawl up in the engine to stay warm. He'd turn on the engine, and they died a horrible but quick death. And our dogs, we lived right off the highway, so if the dog decided that he was going to commit suicide, it was an easy thing to do. And I was young and resilient. And if you lose a cat, you just get another cat. And if you lose a dog, you just get another dog. Again, free-range pets, different, completely different. Outside animals are completely different. And my inside animals initially were cats. Cats kind of take care of themselves. You don't have to invest a lot of time in them. That allowed us to have a pet, but at the same time didn't require a lot of work except, the litter box and feeding. And then the inside dog, well, that changed the game for me. That changed the game for me, and I can't even talk about it. Still. And I'm not going to. I'm going to remind you that Saturday, August the 8th, is National Pussy Cat Day. To your comments. Tony is no longer into pussy cats. True story. Someone has animal trauma. Dogs don't chase mice. Dogs chase anything they want to chase. I have a great video that I did with Zeus. Sorry, that shouldn't have shifted like that. Where he was acting like a cat because I had a laser out and I was messing with him, and he was pouncing around like a cat trying to get the laser. Couldn't figure it out. It was a good time. I'm sure if he was curious about a mouse, he would chase it. The other day I came out in the yard and there was a snake, and I told that snake, he better be lucky Zeus isn't here because they would have had an issue. I have a great chase of him and a rabbit. I think dogs like rabbit. Even if a dog hasn't eaten a rabbit, I think a dog wants to eat a rabbit. Because something about that fluffy tail, man. Something about that, them long legs. Everything about a rabbit looks delicious. Whether it's the chocolate kind, you eat the ears, or the meal kind. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. Let's move along. All right. I tell you, this is a rough day to choose from. We'll try it. Sunday, August the 9th, is National Book Lovers Day. Book. I love it. Come on, man. There's no book love. Book loving. You can enjoy books. Books are good. They can teach you things and make you smarter. And you can get learned. But this is the 21st century. You don't need a book to do that. There's some kid on YouTube who can tell you how to change out your toilet tank. There's something for everyone available online. It doesn't have to be a book. But the book is tactile. The book is physical. You can feel it. I do like books. But I'm not a part of any book clubs. I don't go with other weirdos and sit around and drink tea and talk about the book I read. I just read them. Or I use them as reference material, like the book of everything that I have in front of me. I use it as reference material. I'm like 15 pages away from finishing my most recent book, but I read books. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Now, if loving a book is like a relationship, like love, I am not faithful at all. I read 4 to 5 books at a time, and it takes me longer to get through them, and maybe I don't comprehend them so much as well, but I get through them, and at the end of the couple of month period, I can say, oh yeah, I read 5 books in the last 6 months, but I could have read a lot more. But why? I like to doom scroll. I like to play stupid games and win stupid prizes. I like to goof off a lot. I go to work, I do my job, I come home, I goof off. The reading I'm doing is under the goof off category because I'm not doing anything productive. My knowledge of quantum physics isn't going to help the world. Because as smart as I may be on a particular topic, I'm not in a position to do anything with that knowledge other than to just have it. And I had an epiphany on my deathbed, and I just remember thinking, I learned all of this stuff, and I did nothing with it. And that, it's not a good way. It's not a good way to celebrate National Book Lovers Day. But it was an epiphany. So I still read for pleasure in my goof off time slot throughout the evening. And you should do it too. But don't love your books. Like them. Enjoy them. Keep it platonic, okay? Keep it platonic. Moving on, back to your comments. I know, Zach Jack, in case anybody doesn't know, he has his own podcast called Raised by Television, where he loves books and talks about books that he's read. And he picks the winners, man. That is a fun show to listen to. It is out there. It sure is out there. And not FCC friendly, so, I give you that reminder. If you're going to listen to podcasts that I tell you about, I'm going to let you know. Some of them are, exploring their space verbally. Which, that's what he does. But if you're interested in someone who explores the space about books that they've read with interesting guests, check out Raised by Television with Zach Jack. I saw you out there. I just didn't know you were sticking around. Yeah, pop in with commentary. That helps move things along. Reading NTTPs and instructions has destroyed your book love. That is funny. That's probably the funniest thing you've ever said, James. Quick sip, and then we'll get into the ComCom char. Why do I need a sip? Because I have to do this. It's now time for your ComCom char. ComCom char. Comedy, community, or charity event. We have been talking for months about the Harrisburg Hilarious competition. And as it has gone on, I have given you updates, whether it be through the show, the LUNSB Show, whether it be through the Warno on Friday nights, or whether it be through this medium right here, the Supplemental. It is all come down to this. This Friday, February the 8th. Excuse me, this Saturday. February? What the heck was I thinking? This Saturday, August the 8th. Seating starts around 7:15-ish. Show starts around 8-ish. 9 comedians. No longer working to get your vote. They are there to impress a panel of judges so that they can be crowned Harrisburg's Hilarious. It is a fun time. It has been so fun watching these men and women perform and work the audiences, and the audiences having a freaking blast and having a good time. Well, it all comes down to this. This coming Saturday, doors open around 7:15. Show starts around 8. 9 comedians are going to try their best to win the adulation of the judges and be crowned. It takes place at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. If you don't know where that's at, that's 110 Lime Kiln Road, right there in New Cumberland. Conveniently located off of Interstate 83 in the Boomerang Hotel Sports Casino Lounge Resort and Antique Store. Inside Boomerangs is Harrisburg's premier comedy club, the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. Tickets for this show are only $10. And if you've been following with me along, if you've been following along with me for any period of time, you know I can get you in for free. But you have to do a thing. And you know what that thing is. James, I'm talking specifically to your wife. If you do show up and she does not do the thing, you better have some money, because I ain't paying for it. The show will not pay for it unless you do exactly what you were told to do to get in the door. You've done it before. Come on out. If we could pack the show, it'd be awesome. I'm going to spend a little extra time this week on the ComCom chart to let you know there is something else going on. If you're not into stand-up comedy, and not everybody is, I get it, but maybe you like sketch comedy. You like funny people acting funny scenes kind of things. Check out hyenaskits.com. Our friend Dwan Dixon and his cast and crew of creative people, they're going to be doing it at the Mouton Theater. At the same time, we're going to be doing the finals at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. But if you're not into the Harrisburg Comedy Zone thing, and you're into sketch comedy, I want you to check out my friend Dwan Dixon at the hyenaskits.com. Go ahead and get yourself a ticket. Like half the room is already sold. Get the rest of the room. And go and have a good time. And then report back to me if it was worth it. I think those tickets are $30. But it's in a theater. The Gamut Theater on 4th Street, I think it is. I don't know. I don't have all the details, but I've told you more than once. If you go to the hyenaskits.com, you can get all the details. And if you're interested about anything going on at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone, of course, harrisburgcomedyzone.com or hbgcomedyzone.com. And that has been your ComCom Jar! ComCom Jar! Comedy, community, or charity note. Moving on to the fan favorite portion of the show. This week in history. Trivia style. 7 questions all set to medium difficulty, all with multiple choice answers. You get your answers in. We talk about the things as we roll through, and we try to get all 7 right. It's harder than you think. It happens way less often than you would imagine. I read the question. I also do not know the answers. I mean, I may know the answer, but I don't know the correct answer until at the end of the game, we ask AI to provide us with the correct answers. So here we go. Question number 1. It's July 27th, 1953. What agreement brought major fighting in the Korean War to an end? On July 27th, 1953, what agreement brought major fighting in the Korean War to an end? Here are your multiple choice options. Was it the Treaty of Seoul, the Korean Armistice Agreement, the Treaty of Tokyo, or the Panmunjom Peace Treaty? Again, these are your options. Was it the Treaty of Seoul, the Korean Armistice Agreement, the Treaty of Tokyo, or the Panmunjom Peace Treaty? I have my answer locked in, but it's not fair to you, because I am a Korean War veteran. And the answer to this question explains why I am a Korean War veteran. So I do know the answer to this one. And you will too, in a few more questions. Panmun sounds good. Jessica goes with Korean Armistice. Panmunjom is right there. That's where Panmunjom is, right there at the 38th parallel. It sounds good. Korean Armistice sounds good too. I'm going to hold my answer towards the end. Zach Jack, did you leave us? Are you not playing along? You don't want to show us how smart you are? You're brilliant, Professor. Question number 2. Which amendment to the U.S. Constitution was officially adopted on July 28th, 1868, granting citizenship and equal protection under the law? July 28th, 1868, what amendment to the U.S. Constitution was officially adopted, granting citizenship and equal protection under the law? The 13th, the 14th, the 15th, or the 19th? Which was it? The 13th, 14th, and 15th all fall under the Reconstructionist amendments. We had to put ourselves back together again because we had a little argument with ourselves, and some recovery, some reconstruction needed to be done there. You got the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. Or the 19th. What do we got over here? James comes in with the 19th. Waiting on Jessica and anybody else out there that wants to get their answer in before we move right along. But I'm not going to rush her. She gets her answer in when she gets her answer in. Where are the kids? Why aren't the kids playing? I want this to be a family thing. This is our virtual family getting together every week and doing these things. July 29th, 1958. What U.S. government agency was created in response to the growing space race? James and Jessica both go with the 19th. Interesting. I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, must be nice to be sleeping at 11 o'clock in the morning. I believe it is the 14th Amendment, and I believe you're both wrong. And they were out to, I'll just go ahead and give you my number 1 answer right now. Number 1, I believe it was the Korean Armistice Agreement. Number 2, the 14th Amendment. Number 3, what U.S. government agency was created in response to the growing space race? Was it NOAA, NASA, DARPA, or the FAA? What U.S. government agency was created on July 29, 1958 in response to the growing space race? NOAA, NASA, DARPA, or the FAA? James pops in quickly with NASA. Jessica likes to take her time, so I'll go ahead and move on to question number 4. July 30th, 1956, what phrase did the U.S. Congress officially adopt as the nation's motto? Was it liberty and justice for all? One nation under God? In God we trust? Or e pluribus unum? It's July 30th, 1956. What phrase did the U.S. Congress officially adopt as the nation's motto? Liberty and justice for all? One nation under God? In God we trust? Or e pluribus unum? Jessica got her answer in for the previous question, saying NASA. Yes, NASA. What the heck is going on? I just noticed that. What the heck is... Oh, come on, son of a biscuit eater. I'm not dealing with it. I'm going to cut it all out later anyway. No, it's showing very well there. I just never moved it over. Baka, baka, baka. Come on. James is going to go with e pluribus unum. He could be right. He may be right. Jessica is going to go with in God we trust. And I am going to agree with her. My mom does enjoy a good biscuit. Okay. All right. Question number 5. Which Apollo mission became the first to use the lunar roving vehicle on the moon? Which Apollo mission became the first to use the lunar roving vehicle on the moon? Was it Apollo 11, 13, 15, or 17? Which one was it? What Apollo mission got their little dune buggy out and went driving around the moon? Was it 11, 13, 15, or 17? Taking place on July 31st, 1971. I have my answer, and it is locked in. While you think of your answer and why the time delay catches up. All right, there we go. Jessica pops in with 13. James pops in with 15. I agree with James on this one. All right, what cable television network launched with the words, ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll, on August the 1st, 1981? Shut up, man. She doesn't need to know that. She just needs to know that her answer was accepted. And your answer was accepted. Initial answer, blackjack, no trade back. August the 1st, 1981, what cable television network launched with the words, ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll? And then played a song that wasn't rock and roll. Was it? His old Poppy. James pops in without looking at the multiple choice answers with MTV, and that is one of the options available. Was it VH1, MTV, CNN, or ESPN? Those don't make any sense at all, do they? So it's either MTV or it's VH1. Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll. Radio killed the radio star. Stupid. Stupid. Yeah, I know. Jessica, take your time getting your answer in there. And look, you reserve this time to be with me, okay? This is the thing that we do. I don't want you multitasking. I want your full attention. Here's the last question. Which U.S. president died unexpectedly while serving in office? August 2nd, 1923. What U.S. president died unexpectedly while serving in office on August 2nd, 1923? Well, if you know who the president was in 1923, you got an option, because there was two of them. There was this guy, and then there was the guy that replaced him. And yes, I'm sure it was a guy. Most likely, the dog and cat beg to differ. They say it's their time. And she gets MTV finally typed in. All right. James likes to beat the buzzer. He typed in Cleveland, and he's wrong, because it's not an option. So it can't be right. Was it William McKinley, Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge, or Herbert Hoover? Those are your actual options. Who was the president that died in 1923 is the easiest way of asking the question. Was it William McKinley, Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge, or Herbert Hoover? Being the last question, I have to give you a little bit more time to get your answers in. And while you're doing that, I get to type in. All right, James is going to go with McKinley. God, I got to replace this battery on my wireless mouse. It is being a pain in the tuchus. I can hear that rhythm. I have asked for the answers. James has answered McKinley. Waiting on Jessica. Yes, and many of them were named John or James. And the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Plus, they all wore those stupid wigs that came from the same designer. Hello, little wig guy. All right, we're going to move along. I'm tired of talking. Question number one, the correct answer was the Korean Armistice Agreement. It couldn't have been all the others because those were peace treaties. Korea technically is still at war with each other. It's just a really long ceasefire. So keep that. And anyone who serves in Korea is technically serving in Korea during the Korean War because the war's not over. So they get a Korean Defense Service Medal. It's green and yellow. It's ugly, but I'm happy to have it. I'm not giving it back. Question number two. No, it wasn't the 19th Amendment. It was the 14th Amendment, and it's been in the news a lot lately because of anchor babies, because of birth tourism. Supposedly, if you don't have legal standing in this country and you can drop a baby while you're here, that baby is instantly gratified with citizenship. Whether that is right or wrong is an argument for the ages. But when they wrote the 14th Amendment, they were pretty specific in the fact that you needed to be here legally. This isn't a loophole for people to come in and have babies. And there's an entire industry that's created around baby tourism. And they love coming here to have babies. They get you on a plane, boop, I got a baby. Question number three, of course, NASA was created because of the space race. DARPA was too, but you don't know what DARPA was, and it wasn't on that date. The phrase that Congress officially took on board was, as Jessica said, as I agreed to, in God we trust. Question number five, James is correct. 13 did not land on the moon. Do you know why? Because Houston, we have a problem. But the next time we go back, we skip 14. It's funny, we do 11, we do 13, we do 15, we do 17. Why odd numbers? I don't know. Why did they use 13, traditionally a number that is associated with bad luck, but skip 14? No one's mad at 14. You could have used 14. Anyway, 11 went up and they proved that we could do it. 13 went up and proved that we could survive screwing up, and 15 went back to play some golf in their golf cart, in their buggy. 19 is not prohibition. A separate question that's being asked. Of course, August 1st, 1981, the rock and roll referred to was the Buggles, and Video Killed the Radio Star. Not rock and roll. Like, it should have been some AC/DC, some band in 1981 that was killing it. Some Def Leppard. Something. Rock and roll. And finally, the president who died unexpectedly in office in 1923 was Warren Harding. And I shake my head in a little disbelief there because I don't know. Did I give my answer? Because my answer would have been Warren Harding. Did I give my answer? I gave all my other answers. If I did give my answer, your boy, and only your boy, went 7 for 7 this week. The adulation. I rolled a midnight on the Warno Friday, and now I did this, and everything worked, and I tested everything in advance. It's a good day. It's a good way to start your Sunday. I think I've heard that somewhere before. With that being said, wrong. What are you yelling? No, what was I wrong about? I think I understand what you're doing right now, and that's very funny. It's very funny, because even though I'm right, I'm still wrong. In U.S. Fleet Force's idea of what right and wrong is. Yeah, I saw your scores, because someone sent them to me. Think about that, and come talk to me sometime next week. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for us today. I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you are a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Chick Brew sends her love. I'll see you next Friday, next Saturday, or you'll hear me anytime you want. by listening to the LUNSB Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. Ciao, ciao for now. LUNSB!